Coming up in today's show, strengthening a National Beet Armyworm Intervention, training farmers to protect their crops from the deadly pest. Also, youth show off their skills in energy solutions, and we continue to share the message to search for and destroy mosquito breeding sites. Hello, I'm Audrey Williams. Thanks for tuning in to Jamaica Magazine. As usual, this is the space where we inform and educate you on matters of national interest. So please, stay with us.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica. Original.
Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your GIS News for Thursday, May 11. The Ministry of National Security will be spending $50 million this fiscal year to repair 180 police stations across the island. Portfolio Minister Robert Montego says $200,000 will be allocated to each station in July to carry out minor repairs. These include repairs to bathrooms, kitchens, plumbing and electrical fixtures, as well as painting and measures to secure the station. A further $50,000 will be given to the stations to purchase furniture and equipment, and $5 million will be shared among the police stations to purchase appliances. Minister Montego was speaking at the 74th Annual Police Federation Conference on Tuesday. He urged police personnel to ensure that the money was spent with businesses in the communities they serve in an effort to continue building better relationships.
A program must be written by the station head following a community meeting. And this program must be approved by the divisional head and endorsed by the parish consultative committee or a police civic committee.
State Minister for Finance and the Public Service, Favour Williams, says the NIR is now at $2.849 billion, the highest since 2002. The State Minister was making her contribution to the 2017-2018 sectoral debate in Parliament on Tuesday. She pointed out that the country's fiscal security was further supported by the government's access to $1.7 billion under its precautionary standby arrangement with the International Monetary Fund.
These resources are available for current account support in the event of unforeseen external events beyond our control. A precautionary standby arrangement plus healthy net international reserves give us Jamaicans the assurance of a safety net, a strong safety net.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade has taken ownership of a database capturing the location, interests and skills of members of the Jamaican diaspora. The database was developed under the Online Diaspora Mapping Project and funded by the International Organization for Migration, IOM. The IOM formally handed over the database to the Foreign Affairs Ministry on Wednesday.
We intend to utilize it as part of our future plans to develop a more robust and effective diaspora engagement strategy.
The ministry's permanent secretary says the database will also enhance the work of the Diaspora Engagement Task Force,
which is now preparing a proposal for an institutional framework for promoting, coordinating and organizing economic and social investment opportunities for our diaspora.
Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith, had previously revealed that the database captured 2,300 persons. Members of the public are now able to attend the 37th Institute of Sports Primary School Athletic Championships free of cost. The waiving of the admissions fees is part of government's drive to increase access and the number of participating school athletes.
We will not be charging anyone admission to the meet. So what I want the schools to do now, you're going to mobilize your communities, you're going to mobilize the parents, you're going to mobilize everybody to come out and cheer your team.
At Monday's launch, the sport minister said $500,000 would go to the champion school, $250,000 for second place, and $125,000 to the school that places third. Over 4,000 students from 90 schools are competing for top honors at the championships, which is now underway at the National Stadium until Saturday, May 13. And finally, Slow Down Day, which was observed today, will again be marked as a national initiative tomorrow.
We're asking the nation to slow down. Don't go above 30 kilometers per hour, which is the speed at which persons can receive serious injury. Or you may have to stop to be more mindful about accommodating pedestrians. So it really is driving for safety. Even if the speed limit is a little higher, we drive for safety.
It's part of the initiatives to mark the 4th UN Global Road Safety Week. The week is being observed from May 8 to 14 under the theme, Slowing Down Saves Lives. The executive director of the National Road Safety Council says the focus is on speeding because international data points to this as a significant factor in fatal road crashes.
Worldwide, at least 1 in 3 deaths occur because of speeding. In Jamaica, it's no different. The stats might be a little different in that we hear that it's 90% of fatal crashes are caused by speeding, which is pretty significant. It's a big problem.
Ms. Fletcher was speaking at a recent JIS think tank. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.
We want a productive Jamaica. We all are productive Jamaicans. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity is the way to go for all us Jamaicans. Small business, big business, old and young, we are tell every woman and man. We want growth and prosperity, free a better nation with a building plan. So we can build our product and sell our product and put more money in our hand. Our economy can rise to a level and build a better nation. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity.
Productivity, pathway to prosperity. A message brought to you by the Jamaica Productivity Center, a department of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
The Agriculture Ministry has been able to contain the infestation of the beet armyworm over the years through training in best practice methods. This was done under the strengthening of a National Beet Armyworm program. But recently, the destructive pests resurfaced, causing damage to acres of scallion, tomato and other crops. To counter this, the ministry has organized training sessions with affected farmers. We spoke with one farmer in St. Elizabeth who has benefited from past training interventions, and he shares some of the mitigating measures that should be practiced at all times.
Empowering farmers through training so they can take decisive action and become part of the solution process to issues affecting agriculture. The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries has been working towards this objective through strategic partnerships. And the results? Growing success in critical areas, such as the crucial fight against the dreaded beet armyworm. Periodic outbreaks of the beet armyworm have hurt St. Elizabeth farmers since the 1990s. In 2009, a dreadful attack ravaged acres of crops in South St. Elizabeth, and when it was all over in 2011, the livelihood of many farmers had been destroyed.
I have to go through the whole field, like how you see this field, go through it and cut off everything, everything, and destroy. Because if you don't destroy, what gonna happen is like when you cover the beet armyworm, them they stay under there and then they turn into mud. The mud them come back, fly out, and then they come back reinfest.
More active in warm climate, the beet armyworm feeds on the leaves and can strip the plants. They also attack buds and new growth on plants, which prevent flowers from opening, new leaves from sprouting, and vegetables from developing. Outbreak in 2012 resulted in the destruction of some 45 hectares of crops, including scallion, pepper and onion, valued at approximately $31 million. So the ministry took action in October 2012, launching the Strengthening a National Beet Armyworm Program. With funding from the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, to the tune of $213,000, farmers in St. Elizabeth were taught how to better manage the pest.
The training was very important because we learned things that we never have any idea what was going on. I think I prepared enough. I have much understanding what to do and what to look for.
The training was carried out by the Jamaica Rural Economy and Ecosystems Adapting to Climate Change JAREACH project. It was done under the Farmer Field School with technical assistance from the United States Agency for International Development. In August 2013, 22 farmers and 8 extension officers of the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, graduated as certified integrated pest management facilitators. They, along with other trained colleagues, will now go on to train over 150 farmers across Jamaica.
Their role is to actually go and establish new schools or other schools within the various communities that they are from.
You have some farmer who go in this field and then just weed out the bush here. Just weed the bush here and them leave and them gone. Them not really find 2 leaf and pick them and crush them, destroy it. Them leave it. That is not the way, because if you leave them there, they're gonna manifest themselves.
This knowledge base is equipping farmers with the skills needed to manage their own field and, in the long run, become experts in the fight against the beet armyworm and other threats.
It feels good and it's very important. You know, as a farmer, like a small farmer, and then you learn a lot of things. You feel good to know that you learn something so you can teach back somebody what you learn.
Trained RADA facilitators will also mentor these farmers and guide them in their new role as local community agents of change.
Our mandate of such is to actually monitor and assist these farmers in enabling to deliver the information in a way that it is acceptable and true to the Farmer Field School methodology.
The work that you all did and the learning by doing approach, I think, and I have found, is the best way that you can take a methodology that's evolved and designed in a lab or in a classroom, but until it's in the field, as we just heard, until it's actually conveyed to the farmers, it will do no good and it will change no harvest practices.
With increased production in agri-parks across the island, finding a present and lasting solution to the beet armyworm is even more important to sustaining growth in the sector.
It's a great feeling to be a part of the solution that the ministry has embarked on to actually assist the farmers in controlling or managing the beet armyworm.
The Ministry of Agriculture, building resilient farmers to grow the sector with knowledge and skill, sharing information and managing pest invasions, protecting their livelihood and securing the growth of a nation.
Nobody want to plant the corn. Everybody want to read the band. Who you are go blame it on when it's a next man you are deep in pan. Well, you're wrong.
Farmers, let us be serious about predial larceny. It is affecting all of us. If you are aware of incidents of predial larceny, make contact with your local police station or call Crime Stop at 311. Predial larceny is everybody's business.
The recent rains have provided the opportunity for increased breeding of mosquitoes, so we want to remind you of the need to destroy breeding sites to protect your health. As Shireen Huntley-Jones will show you, the Ministry of Health is leading the way.
Mosquitoes are undoubtedly annoying, with their irritating sound and stinging bites. But there are more compelling reasons we'd rather not have them around. Several species are carriers of diseases and a threat to human health. Of most significance to Jamaica is the Aedes aegypti mosquito, known to transmit dengue fever, chikungunya, yellow fever, and the Zika virus. Only female mosquitoes bite, doing so to get the blood they need for egg production. And therefore, only female mosquitoes transmit these viruses.
The Aedes aegypti mosquito is what we call a timid feeder. So she's easily disturbed when feeding. It means that in one night, she may feed on several persons before she takes her complete blood meal. Each time she feeds, she secretes that substance. And in the secretion of the substance, the pathogen is passed on. So in one night, one female Aedes aegypti mosquito is able to infect more than one person.
The female Aedes aegypti mosquito is a prolific breeder.
One female Aedes aegypti mosquito is able to lay up to 200 eggs each time she lays her eggs. So one mosquito can populate an entire area.
The lifespan of the mosquito is around 3 weeks, and the entire cycle from egg to adult can occur in as little as 7 to 8 days. Female mosquitoes are ready to mate within a few hours after reaching their adult stage, and males are usually ready within 24 hours.
This mosquito prefers cleaner waters. For the female mosquitoes, she will lay her eggs in water, and for the Aedes, it will be water which is in and around the household.
So while there are a number of things we can and should do to prevent being bitten, the most effective way to prevent the spread of diseases by these mosquitoes is to prevent their breeding.
The Aedes aegypti mosquito is a mosquito that breeds in a containerized environment. They do not breed in rivers and drains, but they breed in containers that can be found in and around where persons dwell. So come with us and let us show you some of those breeding sites. This is a typical dish drainer that we find in most homes. And under most dish drainer is a tray that collects the water that comes off the dishes. And believe it or not, we have found breeding in several homes in these dish drainers. Yes. You can see that we have water that has settled. If this water does not evaporate quickly, it can lend itself to the breeding of the Aedes aegypti mosquito. So you not only have to empty the dish drainer, but you have to scrub to remove those eggs. This is the typical saucer that we will find under a plant. The rain has recently fallen, it has collected water, and right now it is steaming with the Aedes aegypti mosquito. Do you have some of these in your home? Aedes aegypti prefers water that is a little bit on the cleaner side, and it's found in a shaded environment. So what should we do with something like this? It's quite simple. You need to throw away the water. And if these containers are not being used, you have to keep them turned down so they're not able to collect water. If you have them under your plants, we ask that you bore holes in them so that it will not collect water. Do you have these in your homes? We find these in a lot of hotels and business places. And we ask those persons, check these bird baths or any ornamental things like these you have in your garden to ensure that they're not breeding the Aedes aegypti mosquito. There are things like this thrown down in persons' backyard. Old equipment, old furniture, old fixtures that are taken from homes, especially during construction. These are also able to hold water. And if they're holding water and sit for a while in the environment, they will also breed mosquitoes. And so we have found breeding in wheelbarrows, in old refrigerator, in old sinks such as this one. And we ask persons, if you're throwing out these, please ensure that they are positioned in such a way that they will not collect water.
Many persons, when they do have their drums, most times drums do not have any covers. So there is a mesh cover which is so designed to replace the missing covers. It is lightweight, and what we do is just simply slip it over, and the mesh is so designed mosquitoes will not be able to go through this mesh to get to the water. So this is the ideal way. One of the benefits also of this mesh is that even when rain does fall, water will go right through it. this is a typical example where this we have is a plastic drum and we have a metal cover here which is not designed for this. Whilst in some practice the intent is good, there may be occasions in which it does not fit or sit properly, and as a result you still have openings where mosquitoes can go right through and breed.
The mosquito is breeding right there in some very small places right around where you live. What is the habit we want you to develop? Once every week, search for and destroy the breeding sites of the Aedes aegypti mosquito.
Have you been a victim of sexual assault? Have you been raped? It doesn't matter if you're a boy, girl, man or woman. There's a team of personnel willing and capable to assist you on the path to justice. The Victim Services Division. They provide support of all kinds, such as free, confidential counseling and assistance to attend court. You may not forget the ordeal, but the healing process will be easier. In any 1 year, more than 10,000 people get assistance. Don't hang your head in shame. Being a victim of a sex crime is not your fault. Contact the Victim Services Division. They're based at 47E Old Hope Road, Kingston 5.
As we observe Child Month, we listened to a few children who took on the challenge of finding solutions to reducing energy consumption through renewable sources.
My name is Jamal Hall and I'm here at Monroe College at our First Form Science Energy Day extravaganza. We are trying to inculcate the use of various alternative energy sources among the First Form group. Some of them are as displays where you have the wind-powered, solar-powered. This is Sandre, he has his piece right here. Sandre, tell me about your piece.
This is a solar pressure cooker. It heats up. When the light shines onto the file paper, it heats up inside of the box, and because the glass is here, it traps the heat, and it heats up the water bottle. So would you like to feel it now?
Yes, please. Oh, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. Thank you. All right, let's move over to a wind-powered house done by Sinilla Form 1X. Good day, Sinil.
This is a wind-powered turbine. The wind powers the bicycle generator. Then it moves down to this wire and it powers the light bulb.
What made you choose a wind-powered house?
I felt it was good because of how Monroe was breezy.
Okay.
And it took me a day to build it.
What have you learned about renewable energy from the project?
That it saves work energy.
Saves energy.
And it prevents global warming.
One of the big thrusts we have here is to ensure that we stimulate an interest in the sciences from very early. So once the kids come in first form, it's a way of stimulating that natural intellectual curiosity and interest in the sciences, particularly alternative energy that the school is very passionate about. And it all ties into this whole thrust towards what we call STEM education, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And it really is a part of a broader thrust by the school to ensure that this is deeply engendered in the boys and there's this real interest and drive and passion that they have. Hopefully they'll go on to become scientists themselves.
We'll now be moving over to a solar-powered car. Let's see how that works.
We use a plastic bottle, 4 tires from an old toy car, and a rechargeable battery with a 3-volt solar panel which and a 1.5 voltage motor inside the car. With the solar panel takes power from the sun, send it to the battery, and the battery powers the motor.
What exactly did you learn from doing this project?
Renewable energy is more efficient than fossil fuels.
We are here with Lawton Lewis and his solar-powered car. Now, Lawton, tell us something about this vehicle.
Okay, this vehicle runs off of solar power, right? All of these solar panels equal to 20 volts, right? 2 motor power the front wheels and 1 motor power the back wheel. Reason being because the front is heavier than the back.
Okay.
Right? The whole frame of this vehicle is made out of plywood.
Up next is a homemade solar water heater, and the person responsible for this is my friend here, Vernon. Vernon, tell me exactly how does this work?
We use irrigation pipes to hold the water. We have used the sun's rays to generate the heat of the solar water heater, which heats the water. These green plastic things, they are couplers, which are used to connect into these columns.
Co-curriculum programs such as this is deeply rooted in the concept of project-based learning. And so we're stepping away from the chalk and talk and now towards a system in which students are actively engaged in the process of learning.
I believe that students learn not only from theoretical knowledge but through practical application. And I thought it fitting as a teacher who experiments a lot in the classroom to not only teach the concept energy but also to allow students to exercise some practical work, and from that they will better understand the concept. So in some sense, practical application concretize theoretical knowledge. This assignment was also weighted towards their end-of-year exam, so it has a 20% weighting. This, I think, is very interesting for first formers, so it's like an SBA component of their final exam.
Now it's time to check out my masterpiece. Let's go. Okay, this is a solar-powered company. Now, everyone made houses, but I decided to make a company that could be later on used, meaning that it could develop to something bigger. Here, I have my solar panels, and if the sun shines, heats up these 2 panels, and then the light inside the house turns on. The benefits of solar is basically it is healthier, it's cheaper.
They are more cleaner and release less pollutants in the atmosphere than other energy forms.
I found out that green energy is the best energy and that solar panel isn't there and it's better than using the normal electricity.
This whole day is basically about the use of renewable energy, and we are just so glad that you could be able to stop by and see what we have to share, and now we can spread to the whole world what you can achieve using renewable energy sources.
Did you know that since we started our Ease Up on the Energy campaign, that electricity use in government buildings has dropped by around 4,200 kilowatt hours per building per month? We retrofitted and replaced old, inefficient air conditioning units with new energy efficient models. That saved approximately $123 million for the government of Jamaica. What are you waiting for? I'm Hilary Alexander, asking all Jamaicans to join us and ease up on the energy.
Ease up on the energy. Ease up on the energy.
That's how we bring the curtains down on our show for today. But if you want to see it again, log on to our website at jis.gov.jm. We always welcome your feedback, so keep sending your comments to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via tweet at JIS News. Our team will be back with another show tomorrow, same time, same station. On behalf of the production crew, I'm Audrey Williams. Take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.